You said a minute ago about the defense playing really well. Talk a little bit about the secondary and tell people how they're coming along.
Yeah, as far as balls in the air, they're not passive at all. You know, they're going up to get it just as hard as we are now. So every single time the ball is in the air, you know it's a battle, and you know the best man will win. And hopefully on offense, we're the best man more than they are. So.
What's it like right now? You're in almost to the midway point of camp. What's a typical day like for you in camp with preparation and then on-field practice?
You know, we wake up every day, probably around 7 o'clock. Come in, either we're gonna lift, eat breakfast, get in the cold tub. You know, get our legs back. Being receivers, we run all day, so we need our legs. You know, go home, take a nap. You don't have class, come back. We have lunch, meetings, and you know, we hit the field running. And until right about this time, and when we hit that field, it's got to be all go. You know, coach decided to give us a little bit more downtime during camp as opposed to last year with that little break in between. So he expects when we get on the field that it's 100% every time, and that's what we're trying to duplicate. So.
You talked a little bit about how you've been in the program for 3 years now. What's it been like learning under Terrence Nunn last year? You got Nate still around. Todd's obviously been around a long time. You had some good receivers and running backs who can catch the ball. What's it been like working with them and learning from them?
You know what? Terrence, Mo, France, you know, they were all real unselfish guys. You know, some guys, when you come into the program as freshmen, you're they're intimidated by these older guys. And those guys embraced me since day one, put me underneath their arm, and told me this is the way it goes around here, and this is how receivers play, and this is how you need to do, and this is what you need to do in order to touch the field. And, you know, it took me a while to figure out how to do that, but eventually, you know, I'm coming along now, so hopefully I can hit that field and, you know, duplicate things that happened last year.
Obviously this weather isn't as bad as it was last year, but being from San Diego, have you adjusted to the Nebraska weather? And
I don't care where you go. To me, anything above 75 is hot being from San Diego. So, but you know, they keep us hydrated, and you know, they give us breaks. But sometimes you got to play in this weather, and you can't complain. You just got to go. It's about that time. You know, the complaining about the heat, that's more of a freshman thing. So now, being a vet, I can't be out there complaining about the heat when I have young guys looking up to me. So.
What, last question, have you done anything interesting this summer? Did you get a chance to go home, do anything, or is it just been
you know what? I took a couple classes, and last summer I stayed here pretty much the whole summer. And this time, for some reason, I got real homesick. And I went home probably about 4 or 5 times just on weekends. I just buy tickets on Fridays and just go and, you know, get away for a little bit, come back and work. And that's pretty much been my summer so far. And now I'm here in camp, and I haven't gotten tired of practice yet like most guys do. You know, I'm real eager. It's my time. I feel like a lot of young guys' time. And I just want to make the best I can with it. So.
Perfect. Yeah. That's great.